Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft, and today I have my July scrapbook layout share for you. There are a lot of layouts. I was very productive this month, which is amazing, but I also don't want this video to be half an hour long. So I'm going to try to move through things rather quickly and just give you kind of a glimpse of some of these layouts, most of which did not appear on the blog, so you haven't seen them before. Because what has been fun this month, I really got like a lot done toward the end of the month because the Democratic debates were on TV. So because that can be sometimes a little bit boring to watch, I brought up a bunch of scrapbooking stuff, sat in front of the TV and just scrapbooked while the debates were on. So it's kind of listening, but also getting some creative time in. So a lot of these pages, these first couple of pages that you'll see will be from doing those debates. This one, and it's also using up a bunch of stuff in my stash. So I have these paper pads. One is K & Company and one is Colorbach. And I've just been trying to use those. I want to use some things that are already in my stash so that I can make room for new stuff. I don't want to buy anything new until I use up some of the stuff that I have. So I kind of just did like a hodgepodge of things from my stash that go with these papers. I mean, frog, a ladybug, what does it have to do with my kid in front of the computer at the library? It doesn't, but they're pretty and cute. And yeah, like I managed to use a lot of like random bits and pieces, and I think it actually ended up turning out pretty well. Something else that I've been doing this month is taking old alpha stickers, and if I can't make words with them, I just chuck them. If I can make a couple words, like very simple, basic like titles, like I came up with this one, "Oh Mom," kind of fits very well with the look on my daughter's face, but I will save the words that I've come up with and then check everything else, and it's clearing up space in my very, very overloaded alpha stickers drawer. So just a little tip. This one I actually made with a page kit. So these are photos of my daughter and husband and myself over here riding rides at Sesame Place. I had this page kit in my stash. It was from my mom. It was supposed to be like the title was "The Best Things in Life," and you can see there are like words that I cut out to go around here. The title did not come with the kit. That was in my stash. It was American Crafts, and it kind of goes over the words, but to me that didn't really matter because this wasn't exactly my journaling. It was just kind of like a patterned paper. It was just part of the background. And the journaling, actually I didn't do any journaling in here. Maybe I should do that because I've got like some line space here. I could do that there. Just to like note, well, I got the date down here, but just to note, like these are the rides we did when we went to the park. But page kits are really great. You will have probably seen by now that I have this process video of this page kit, which I love. Do you guys use page kits at all? And who makes some of the best page kits? Do you get them from your local scrapbook store, or have you gotten them at scrapbook expos before? I'm actually going to the scrapbook expo later this month in New Jersey, which I'm really excited about. Here's a layout that I made while watching the Democratic debates. I love these circle things. I had a whole bag of them in my stash. This was K & Company. I was just kind of trying to use up some of the last bits of these really fun overlays that I had. I titled this as "Life is So Beautiful" because my daughter went in for her second allergy test. She is not allergic to peanuts or eggs, so hooray for that. Then I have another one that I made during the debates, again using those fun circles and some other bits and pieces from the stash. It's just my daughter painting a pumpkin. I had a lot of pictures of this experience, this activity, and I only chose to go with this one because they were all kind of the same thing. None of them were actually like amazing photos. So I just used this one because you could see my daughter's face in it better. You could see there's some color on the pumpkin for what she's doing. So I've talked before about editing down the photos that I'm printing. And so that's how I decided just to go with that one and not like all 5 of the photos that I took. Another one that I did during the debates, me at the gluten-free and allergen-friendly expo last year. I'm going to be going again this year, but they've changed the name. It's now the Nourished Festival. The focus still is on gluten-free products, but also they're going to have a paleo and a keto section. So it's pretty cool. It's all about just like different dietary lifestyles. So those are pictures from that. These are just fun pictures. I made this again watching the debate, sitting in front of the TV. This title was from my pre-cut letter title drawer, pre-titles, if you will. So I added that at the end because I hadn't brought any of those upstairs with me. And there are the landscapers. Lovely. But these are just photos of my daughter at daycare. She was obsessed with the safety goggles, and I get a little bit of that writing down here in the journaling. This one I also made while watching the debates. Had to add the title in later because I didn't have these alpha stickers upstairs with me. This is actually based off a layout that Heather from Heather's Crafty Life did. I pinned it to my Pinterest board and I never tried to use it. So I have these 2 photos of my daughter cleaning my husband's car. She put a sticker on it, which was lovely. So we got it off with some Goo Gone. But I liked the design that Heather had, and I tried to mimic it as best I could with the products that I had in my travel scrap bag. Here's another one that I made during the debates using up some Cheeky Studio and other fall goodies. Just my daughter outside on a fall day. It was October. There was a little spider underneath the table. She was checking it out, riding her motorcycle, which she's obsessed with. And I just loved kind of like the clusters that I made here. This actually, I was going to do 2 photos for this one. And I printed both of them, but I ended up just using this one because I couldn't cut the other one down enough to size to put it like right here, kind of where I wanted it. So no shame in that. Then I made a card just with some leftovers. This was from a very old The International Scrapbook Garden Kit, and I love the sentiment on it. I added some little Cheeky Studio thing there, and then I can just use it as like a hello, how are you card. I can use it for anything, really. So I like that. Another one of my daughter using up the last bits from an International Scrapbook Garden Kit, this background paper, some of these little like cut apart labels, and then some other items. I mean, American Craft stickers, some other items from old Cheeky Studio kits. I'm trying to use up, as I said before, trying to use up stuff that I have. So again, here's one using, I can't remember who made this paper collection, but these circles actually came from a whole pattern paper, and I just cut the circles out and then used them as part of the background. And yes, my daughter is wearing underwear on her head, because why not? So this is these are actually from the same event. I went out for a mom's night out with some ladies from MOPS. We walked around the mall. We got food at Red Robin, and I had made these layouts in advance. So all I had to do was pop down the photo, add a few extra embellishments. I added a lot of sequins to this one just to make it a little bit more exciting. This is one that I entered in the White with One challenge for July. I had to use marine green. I'm not really sure if this is exactly that color, but when I saw the color on the Facebook page, I just thought of this paper pad that I had, and it's seashell-y, it's beachy. I added in some Spiegel Mom scraps and Cheeky Studio sequins that were in kind of like the right colors, and this is just a photo of me and my daughter in the pool. Now I have a whole bunch of layouts from our 2015 vacation. So this is a 2-pager that I created about the Oklahoma City Memorial, which is like amazing. You should definitely go see it. It's so wonderful. I got the ticket in there. Again, I cut out some circles here from that other paper that I had. A lot of sequins here, using up some old Cheeky Studio stuff. The embellishments, these were the Sweet Succulents embellishments, and they were perfect for this these papers that I had. And then we also saw on that trip the Harry Truman Library and Museum. So I just did a very quick 1-pager, or no, 2-pagers. It's another 2-pager. And I cut this in half just so that it could stretch across the page. But I got all of those photos across here in 2 pages. This one I also did for a challenge. Can't remember where, probably... yeah, I don't know. Spiegel Mom scraps, there's sequins on here, so probably that. But the challenge had triangles in it, so I tried to work with it as best I could. I think I shared this on the blog as well, so you've probably already seen this one. You can go check that out for more details. I made another card, too. Just a very simple thank you card, a little bit of sequins. This was Cheeky Studios. I popped it up on some foam dots, and then I can write the sentiment on the back of the card. This was from, you know what? I entered this in a challenge too, and I can't remember which one. So I should look that up so I can try to see if I won. But these are photos of us at a baseball game in Kansas City, and I just had these, I thought the papers with the stars and all these sassafras paper. These are, again, all old things from my stash. I thought they were really nice and summery. And the red, white, and blue is kind of like baseball is like an American sport. So that's why I threw the red, white, and blue in there. And another baseball layout. This is us when we went to Busch Stadium 4 years ago now. They got the ticket in there and just did a really simple 2 photos across. Added in a couple of Lindy's Stamp Gang Green with Envy misting spray. So that was a really easy one. Another one about a baseball game. Can you tell we like baseball? So I added in these. These are from, I think, Family First collection at Cheeky Studio. Because, like, it's men playing baseball. So I thought, let's add in the boys. And then this is also Cheeky Studio, and that was the month that we went to see this game. It's AAA baseball in Indianapolis. Would highly recommend taking a trip over there. Here we go, Indianapolis. I took a picture of, I guess this was the City Hall, I think. And it just reminded me, I titled it Land of Nope because it reminded me of Leslie Nope from Parks and Recreation. And I kind of add that in the journaling. Just being there, I felt like, I feel like Leslie because it's Indiana. But I would love to go back there because we had a good time there, but we didn't have a whole lot of time to spend. This one I also did for a challenge. I believe it's up on the blog, so you can get more details about that there. Again, using up things in my stash page. Oh, and then I've got my sweet little baby. My sweet little baby. This was printed out on computer paper. So it's not a photo, but it was printed out from her teacher. So I said, thank you, Miss Samantha, although I don't think Miss Samantha was her teacher at that point because she started off with a different teacher at the beginning of the year. I have no idea what that person's name was at this point. But we got a sign with her saying first day of preschool, and I had forgotten a first day of preschool sign that morning. So I'm glad that they took a picture of her. So I had to put this in here. I also have a layout of her class photo, which I can't show you because there are other kids in it, but I used some really fun American Crafts, like varsity jacket letters, class of 2034. Can you believe that? And this is like falling off. Class of 2034. That's just crazy to me. It's just crazy town. I can't even think. And then the last one I have to show you is from a trolley tour we took in Dallas, Texas about JFK and the day he was shot. And it takes you to what's his face is Oswald's house, or the place where he was living. This is the municipal building, and there was a police officer who Oswald shot when he was trying to apprehend the suspect. So it was really, really interesting, and I wanted to get these and kind of the story of what we saw onto the page. This is actually, I'm done with my 2015 vacation album. I do have to go back and print the pictures of all the food we ate because that's very important to me, especially because we always have to look up where gluten-free food is. So it's always nice to kind of remember those places and then share them with everyone else. So if you're ever in the area or any of those areas, you can get some gluten-free food as well. So those are all of my layouts. I actually made a couple more, but I can't show you them because they have other people in them that do not want to be on camera. But I got a lot of layouts done. Now I have to figure out where all of these go in my albums. How many layouts did you guys complete? Let me know. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, like, subscribe below. Don't want to do thumbs down, but subscribe below to all the social media channels and follow me on the blog because I'm always sharing different scrapbook stuff, and hopefully I'll get some more scrapbook process videos up for you for this month. Thanks for watching. Bye.